The narcissist sees that you're different in public. It's talking about how the narcissist does see you being different in public compared to when you're around them. First, let's talk about why is this? How is it that you're different when you're not around the narcissist? It's because they're very suffocating, dominating, controlling. They always want to have power over you. They just can't resist it because you are their source of supply for validation, control, and a sense of superiority. So they're constantly using you to make themselves feel better. But of course, no matter how much praise, how much validation you give to them, it's never good enough. They never return the favor. They never reciprocate anything back to you. They're never happy for you in anything. They're never proud about anything you do. It's just always about themselves. And not only that, but they hate to see you shining. They devalue you. They put you down. They want to make you feel small. So naturally, you turn away from them because you want your freedom. You don't want to feel suffocated all the time. You just want to be you. You can't be you around them. You can't. It's impossible. Who you think you are when you are around them, that's not you. You're under their influence and control. You're not really free. So we've talked about how and why you can't be yourself around the narcissist. Now let's talk about how it affects them. And you may not think it initially. You may think the narcissist, they never seem to care. They're always worried about the new supply, doing other things. As long as they feel like they've got control over you, they just leave you on the shelf. But actually, no. It does cause them a lot of pain. Because they want you to be open. They want you to be vulnerable with them. They want to have that full control over you. That's why they always try to manipulate you, ruin you, confuse you. They want to get as much supply out of you as they can. Because that's what makes them feel powerful and superior. So of course, once you wake up to this and you pull away, and essentially what you do is you create your own false character. Not when you're out in public, not when you're with your friends. No, then you can be you, or when you're by yourself. But you create a false character for the narcissist. And it gives them the illusion of control over you. They may feel like they've got you right where they want you. They may feel like they've gotten the best of you. But it's all an illusion. All they got was the worst of you. The worst that you had to offer. Because is it not true that you could have generated the best of yourself by not being under their influence and control? So they got the worst of you. That's all that you could give to them. They didn't get the better of you after all. And yeah, they can see that when you are by yourself, or when you are around the people that you do like, that you do trust, then you are able to be yourself. And they know that your true self, your authenticity, that matters more than anything. That's why they targeted you to be their source of supply, was for your authenticity, your purity, your innocence. Because it's like at some point now that they've sold their souls, and now they're having to need supply, they're going back, they're realizing that's what matters more than anything else now. Because now they can't live without supply. They can't live without validation, control, having to feel superior, someone to feed their ego. They can't live without this. And yet they see that you can. And that all you want is the opposite of what they want. You don't want control. You want freedom. You don't want to worry about a false image, a fake reputation. You just want things to be normal. So they see that you're trying to go in the opposite direction of where they're going. And yeah, they don't like it. Believe it or not, but even with the narcissist's grandiose image, it still makes them feel so small. And this is why they could have taken everything from you, but they're still monitoring you, still stalking you. They still can't stand to see you being with anyone or having anything. Why would they care if they have anything? They still do. Because what you have is your innocence, your purity, the authenticity. But everything with the narcissist, it's what they got from deceiving you. That's how they extracted it from you, or from previous sources of supply. It's all manipulation. But with you, they know that it's sincere, it's genuine. There isn't this other side with you. But with them, they're able to be fake. So this is why, yes, they get very jealous. This is why they're so possessive and controlling over you. This is why they don't want you to grow or evolve. Because then you're going to leave them behind. And that's their greatest fear. Because what keeps the false reality going, what keeps it alive, is your validation. And I've given the analogy on this before, It's like they kidnapped someone who was an incredible artist who paints masterpieces. They kidnap that person, they lock them away, and they mimic that person's artwork. And they get that person to approve and validate their fake artwork. That's just mimicry. This is exactly what the narcissist does with their source of supply. They come in, they mimic you, mirror you, imitate you, then they steal from you. And all of these things to the false self act like they're something now. And you are just the platform, you're just the safety net for them to go out in the world and act like they're somebody now. Without people knowing what they did to you, how they kidnapped you, how they stole everything from you, how they took credit for your success. This is why they can't stand it when you're different in public. Knowing that there is another side to you, there is a version 2.0, even if that is less than who you were before, after they came in and they abused it. Because that's just it. They want to be anything other than who they are. They will do anything to escape the voids. And in order for them to do that, they need constant supply from whoever that is the most pure, the most authentic. That's who it needs to be until they realize they can't be so close to that type of person anyway because it exposes them. And that's how typically it's narcissists who end up together. And then they target an indesirable person outside of the relationship. They will keep you for as long as they can, for as long as they can manipulate your perception. But once it gets to a point where you're too much for them to handle, then they gotta get rid of you. Unless they can smear you, scapegoat you. And yeah, this is what they do. And this is why they will smear you. This is why it's a very common thing for victims of narcissistic abuse. What happens? They ruin your reputation. They blame you for everything and they smear you. Because one of their greatest fears is for you to leave and realize that you are so much better than them, or that you deserve so much better than them. That's one of their greatest fears. And so for them to be able to continue manipulating your perception, they have to control your external environments. Because otherwise you're going to go out into the world and realize that you deserve so much better than them. But this is it. And what you really end up realizing, it's not just that you do deserve better than the narcissist, you deserve better than the world. You deserve better than what the world has to offer. Because these predators are everywhere you go. And that's how they're able to smear your name and turn so many people against you. Even your closest friends, family members, who you've known for years. The narcissist could know you for a few months, maybe 1 year. They come in and they turn your family members, your close friends against you. This happens to so many people. But yeah, What you are meant to realize at the end of this is that all you ever needed was yourself. Can't depend on anyone else. Nobody is going to be as good for you as you are for you. That's the truth. And so it's time to start going back within, validating yourself. Once you've done the inner work, most people in this world are just going to bring you down. They're just going to lower your vibration. They're not going to be able to lift you up. Vibrationally, they are beneath you. They have unresolved trauma, and they're not looking to deal with it. Most people are just looking for a distraction. But yeah, we will continue to heal and do the inner work and distancing ourselves from these narcissists. Go and no contact. That's what we will continue to do. Anyway, that's it for this one, and I'll speak to you in another one very soon.